Good morning. How are you today? Hope that you are fine. Today we are going to complete our story Around the World in 80 Days for 5th Primary by Julie Verne. Today we are going to start chapter number 3. Let me start our new chapter by introducing the new character for this chapter. This character is Sir Francis Cromarty. Who is Sir Francis? He is an Englishman who lives in India. He knows quite a lot about the region and its customs, and also he aids a lot in risking Oda. Now, would you please bring your storybook? Then open page 16. Are you ready? Okay. Phileas Fogg and Passepartout took the train to Calcutta at 8 p.m. on 20th of October. From their window, Passepartout saw a jungle with tigers, elephants, and snakes, but Phileas wasn't interested. He kept on talking with Sir Francis Cromarty. Now, can you guess why Mr. Fogg wasn't interested to watch things out of the window? Yes, because he was more interested to talk with Sir Francis, who lives in India, to know more about the Indian people and their culture. So he was very interested in talking with Sir Francis. Now Sir Francis said, "The Great Indian Railway saves you a lot of time. You are very lucky, dear Fogg." Mr. Fogg said, "Why did you say that? Why do you say that?" Sir Francis, "Well, the train used to stop at the Western Ghats Mountains, and then we used to cross by pony. Without this train, you would lose your bet." The train stopped at a village, and all the other passengers got off. Only Phileas, Passepartout, and Sir Francis stayed on the train. Sir Francis said, "Excuse me, but our train tickets say from Bombay to Calcutta." "This is not Calcutta." The conductor of the train said, "Well, yes, but everybody knows that the railway isn't finished. This is the last stop. You must find another way to go to Calcutta." Phileas said, "Let's see. We can use that elephant over there." "Excuse me, sir, we need your elephant. Is 1,000 pounds enough?" Would you please turn the page? Phileas bought the elephant for 2,000 pounds, and the three men started their journey. In the morning, they arrived outside a small village, where they saw some people following a strange cart full of flowers. Sir Francis said, commenting on this scene, "It's a sati." What is a sati? Would you please underline this word? What is a sati? It's a Hindu tradition that the Indian widow threw herself on the fire with her husband's dead body. So Sir Francis was saying that this was a sati. "That young woman's husband is dead. She is going into the fire with him." Phileas said, "She doesn't look like she wants to die. She's so young and beautiful. We must save her." Sir Francis said, "What about your bet?" "Phileas, we have enough time to save the woman and win the bet." In the morning, the men placed the sleeping woman next to her husband's body on a pile of wood. Soon after, a guard lit a fire. Suddenly, people screamed. People, "Ah, he is alive!" They were so frightened. Why? A figure. What does it mean, a figure? A shadow. A figure stood up in the fire with the woman in his arms. So the people were so frightened because they thought that this was the ghost of the dead man. There was a lot of smoke, noise, and frightened people running everywhere. Phileas turned around and saw Passepartout carrying the sleeping woman. Phileas tried to figure out what is happening. This is, of course, not a ghost. So who is this shadow? he turned it around and saw Passepartout carrying the sleeping woman. Now, I want you please to move to slide number 2 to summarize what we have said on chapter 3. Fogg and Passepartout took a train to Calcutta. Slide number 3. They met Sir Francis on the train, and he told Fogg that Great Indian Railway saves a lot of time, and without it he may lose the bet. But the railway isn't finished, so Fogg bought an elephant to complete his journey to Calcutta. On slide number 4, on their way they saved an Indian woman from being burned after her husband's death, according to the Indian or to the Hindu tradition. Now, after all of this, are you ready to answer some questions? Yes, okay. So let's start with the first question. Why was Fogg wasn't interested to see the jungle from the window of the train? Yes, we said this because he was talking with Sir Francis about the Indian Railway and the Indian culture in general. So he was so interested in talking, not in watching out the things out of the window. Why did Fogg buy an elephant? Because they had to find another way to continue their way to Calcutta. So Fogg decided to buy the elephant and complete his journey by it. Question number 3. What did they find outside a small village? They found some people following a strange cart full of flowers, and it was a funeral of an Indian man. Number 4. We have time to save the woman, to win the bet. Comment. To answer the comment question, you have say who said these words, to whom, and in which situation did these words were said. So these words were said by Phileas Fogg when he suggested to save the Indian woman from being burned, and Sir Francis asked him, "What about your bet?" Now let's move to slide number 6 to complete the following. Was carrying the sleeping woman? Who was carrying the sleeping woman? Yes, very good. Passepartout was carrying the sleeping woman. In India, the young woman that her husband died called, yes, what is the name of this tradition? Yes, a sati. Because the young woman whose husband died, she put herself into fire, and this tradition in the Hindu culture or in the Indian culture called a sati. Thank you very much. I'm going to meet you back in chapter number 4. Thank you.